Hi, this is JR, the TechSpat OTG. Today, we're going to talk about microphones a little bit, specifically the Boya BY-M1. About 6 years ago, I bought my first BY-M1 lavalier mic. I was just starting on YouTube then and quickly realized I need a good microphone. My recording knowledge was pretty limited at that time. Bought my mic based on hearsay, a little film experience, and YouTube reviews. The reviews for the BY-M1 weren't great, but none of them were really bad either. After I got my mic, I realized it sounded real good with my voice. I really got it, not because of the sound, but because it worked with everything. By that time, I had gotten some pocket recorders. I had a big Tascam recorder, a DR100-3, and I had my phone and a camera or two, and these Boya mics worked with everything, and that was really the reason that I got them. So I bought a recorder that I'd buy a microphone to go with it. At $15 a piece, you might as well do that. The only thing I didn't like about them was the 5-meter cable that came with them. It's hard to hide the body pack with that big wad of wire. Whoa, don't pull. This is the normal wire that comes with the Boya mic.
The wire on this microphone is a little bit too long. This wire is 5 meters long. It's a Boya lavalier microphone. It's BY-M1. This wire would be better if it's only 2 meters long. Yeah, when you're using it outside, you have to roll it to get back. It's like this. See how long it is?
Yeah, it's crazy long.
It's nuts. What you gonna do with all those wires?
So you have to find a place to hide the recorder, and you have to find a place to hide the wire. I think that was a little bit excess on their part. I also got a Boya BY-M1, which is a little mic that looks like the Rode Video Micro. I couldn't get a Video Micro in my area, even though the prices aren't that different. I just couldn't find one, so I wound up buying the Boya. I was in Vietnam at that time, and the selections there were pretty limited. So it was about, I think, a $30 mic. I was pleased with it, but I didn't use it much. I used it mainly with my smartphone, but after just a couple of months, I wasn't filming with my smartphone anymore. And then I made my big mistake. I got the idea that I was some kind of professional filmmaker, and I decided to buy a shotgun mic. Well, I had experience with the Boya mics, and they all had been pretty good. So my little budget went for a Boya BY-PVM-1000L shotgun mic. They just aren't that useful for a solo creator. Not a great microphone at all. The self noise is so loud, it is nearly impossible to correct it. I used it once or twice on a stand. It's just too much trouble. You really can't do much with it. A lavalier is so much more convenient. It's not part of my production equipment anymore. The Boya mic's got a lot of use. One got broken, so I bought 2 more. So at that time, I think I had 7 of them. I've got about 6 of them, I think, still in use today. And I also have a spare. So you can say I've been very pleased with this little Boya lav mics. I do have some other lavalier mics, but I really don't like the sound of them, so I don't use them. I've got, I think, 2 that I paid around $100 each for, and I just don't use them. The little Boya sounds better. Actually, it sounds good on Rhea's voice too, so she's very used to running one of those and using it. It has a little switch on it you have to always set in the right position, and she's got that down, no problem. Boya's worked with everything. I didn't have to supply phantom power, or they didn't have to have the 4.5 volt power that some of the cameras supply. Didn't have to have it. So just the Boyas in a recorder, the Boyas in a camera, Boyas in everything work great. I do have a couple of Boya BY-M1 interview mics that are great. They're dynamic mics and they work really good. They've got nice long handles. You can use one mic to mic two people when you're out at a convention center or something like that and you need to interview them. It's not a problem. It's really a great little mic. I think those mics were about $75 US or so. I've got two of them. I like them so much. But still, the main microphone that I was using for most of my videos was that little lavalier, $15 lavalier mic. And it's just great. Anytime that I break one or pull a wire loose on one or it starts making a little static, I just buy another one. So I've always got a full set of working ones and one spare. And so far, I probably don't have $130 invested in all the little Boya BY-M1s that I've bought so far. Well, nowadays, my microphone needs and my microphone inventory has changed quite a bit. I've got some Audio-Technica mics, some other things. So here's my opinion on the Boya M1. If you're not using one, get one and try it. It costs you all of $15, and I think that you'll be really surprised at how good it sounds. I use these things all the time with my little DR10s, and they just work great. I also use them with my LG V50 smartphone as a backup recorder, and it works good with that too. With my DR100 Mark III, it works fine with it. I use it all the time. Sometimes I plug it in the XLR port with an adapter. If I'm only using one, I plug it in the 3.5mm jack on the recorder. That's all I need. And they work great. The only thing that I wish they do with that microphone is release it with a shorter cable. The 5-meter cable with it is just obnoxious. It's just a big wad of wire that you've got to figure out something to do with. So my theory is spend your money somewhere else if you're planning on buying an expensive lavalier microphone. Just don't do it. Try that little Boya lavalier first. I think you'll like it. Even after trying better microphones, I think the Boya performs for its $15 price tag. I just wish that cable was a little shorter. Maybe they ought to make a second version. Boya does a good job. I haven't tried any of their new microphones yet. I'd really like to, but my microphone inventory is pretty full right now. I've got other brands that I'm using, and I'm not using the Boyas anymore. Only the lavalier. And I don't see myself stopping using that mic anytime soon. This is JR, the TechSpat OTG, saying thanks for watching. It's my little microphone rant about the Boya. I think they're great. Definitely try one. $15, you can't go wrong.